Domingo, apenas sale el sol en la ciudad de Chicago. 55,000 corredores preparados para conquistar las 26.2 millas. Cada uno con una meta distinta. Para cumplir un sueño. Para ayudar a una buena causa. Todos con la mente y el corazón en la meta. Pero para un grupo selecto, este es un estilo de vida. Campeones regresan e intentarán reconquistar el primer lugar. Otros buscan la gloria por primera vez. Hoy, la ciudad de los vientos se convierte en la ciudad de los récords. Bienvenidos a la edición 47.
Second city, the other 364 days. Today, race day, it's the city of records.
Estos son los corredores que buscarán romper récords y pasar a la historia. Los vamos viendo a llegar, así que buscan entrar a la historia de los maratones más importantes del mundo, el Bank of America Chicago Marathon.
So settle in as we bring you the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. All right, we do have some serious business that we want to just check off our list right now. 3 of our 4 champions are back this year, only 3. And we have to talk about why last year's women's champion, Ruth Chepngetich, is not here. Ruth smashed the world record here in thrilling fashion in last October. But months later in March, she tested positive for a banned diuretic and is now under provisional suspension. We want to get your thoughts on these developments because they really are big in the race world. Let's start with you, Ed.
Marion, if athletes are going to cheat, they will generally do it out of competition when they are doing a big block of training. And the fact that she was tested and tested positive during an out-of-competition test it really indicates we need to have more out-of-competition testing. It does work when it happens properly. Also, there needs to be heavier penalties. I'm all in favor of the death penalty suspension from all competition if you test positive. One and done. That's the way it should be. And then also, these athletes are not operating in a vacuum. They have coaches, they have agents, they have mentors. These people are leading them astray. And if we have athletes that are testing positive from certain systems, those managers should also be disqualified.
Wow, that's some hard language. But there's a lot of money on the line here, Carrie, and I know that plays into some of this.
Yeah, and what they're doing here at Chicago, I mean, the athletes, we've been with them all weekend. They're getting blood tests, urine tests. They're doing everything they can here in Chicago to make sure it is a clean race. And as Ed said, we all are clean athletes here. We always competed that way. So lifetime ban. That's what we're all for.
All right. And Amanda, it's not exclusive to runners, across athletics, right?
That's absolutely true. Across track and field, this is a widespread issue, and it's a growing problem within Paralympic sport, especially wheelchair racing. As the level and the profile of that sport continues to rise, the rewards get bigger, so does the temptation. But as Carrie said, the Chicago Marathon has been diligent with testing here. And as much as you hate to see it, positive tests like Ruth's prove that the system is working. It's continuing to grow, it's continuing to evolve and make our sport better.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you guys for your perspectives. You at the start line. This is when it starts to take off for all the runners. Here's a look at Connor Mantz. We are just seconds away from the beginning of the men's race. I see Kip Limo next to him. Folks, I hope you're ready. We may see some records set here, maybe a world, maybe American. We're watching for it all. Right now in 4, 3, 2, the race begins. I'm clapping because I feel like this is such a momentous moment.
And I've got my stopwatch going right here.
Yes,
I got
Ed,
2.
Ed has 2 jobs today. He's a commentator and he's a coach. So what are you feeling right now?
Well, I've got 7 athletes out there running in the men's and the women's elite field. They've worked very hard. We've had a nice 16-week build coming into this, and it's just fun for them finally for the gun to go off and be released, and so they can celebrate their fitness.
Okay, tell me what kind of pacing you guys are hoping for Connor, and what you think the career are doing.
Yeah, I mean, the elites up front, I mean, John Career has said he wants to go for a time under 2:01, which means he wants to be paced at 60:30 for the half. So they're going to go out after that pace, which is very close to world record pace. Mance has had to make a decision. Do I want to go out that fast, or do I want to go a little bit, easier? He's going to go out at 62 minutes for the first half, so he'll be a little bit behind, but
likely somewhere between 17 and a half, 18 miles an hour is what she wants to be holding throughout the course of this race, as much as she can.
She is moving. Okay, now we have gotten back to our male team. We're just passing these are the females. Sorry about that. They are passing NBC Tower as we speak. So we are inside NBC Tower and they are making their move outside. Any thoughts so far, guys? How's everybody looking so far?
Well, it's interesting as we watch this because they're pulling through the runners, slower to faster runners. We saw groups of runners that are probably going for 2:10 pace, 2:08 pace. Casey Klinger was supposed to go out at 64 minutes, so 2:10 pace. And then as we pull forward to the elite runners, then they are making decisions right now going out at 60-30 pace, which is about 4:37 per mile. And I saw Connor Mance there having to make that decision to consciously let those guys go a little bit. He's going to try to stick on and run about 4:44 pace, which would bring him through in about 2:04, which would be under the American record.
Okay, you can see John Career. He is right behind those pacers there. All of the champions, the past champions, are wearing yellow bibs, so you can always identify Career that way. How does he look so far?
Well, he's comfortable. He's sitting there behind the Pacers. That's a good spot for him. And he has had such a monumental last 12 months, having won here last year big time, then following that up with a win at Boston Marathon. And now he has stated that he emphatically wants to run under 2:01 and to
Which is amazing. That is close to world record.
Yes, I mean, that's within 20 plus seconds of the world record. So he's right in there. He's sitting where he needs to be. And there we see Connor Mance. Now, again, it's a subtle difference, but about a 6-7 second per mile difference. So that we'll get some differentiation. But what I love is he's got people surrounding him. Things are going through. The men, elite men, went through 4:25 for the first mile. Again, I said there's a tailwind. So that tailwind, the first 8 miles, is going to push them a little fast. Okay. They do need to relax a little bit, pull that back. 4:25, way under 2 hour for the marathon. They want to ultimately the lead group is going to settle into about 4:36, 4:37 per mile pace, and Connor Mance wants to be running about 4:44 per mile pace. But he's got people in there. He's got pacers with him. He's looking good, and there's some very elite runners at his side as well.
Well, right next to him we can see Sefa Tura, who was one of our champions just a few years ago. And so this is, and he's keeping up right with him. But I know so much of what's happening right now in marathon running is strategy. Every little piece is part of what you've planned ahead, right, Ed?
Yeah, oh, for sure. And again, when you have the emotion and when you have the tailwind and everything, you know, the things that I told Connor prior to this is patience. We got to be patient this first 5-6 miles, especially as you have the enthusiasm and all these world-class athletes. You know, so many people who have run so fast. We need to be patient. Try to lock in, hone in on your pace, and then you've got to after exercising patience, then you just need to hit your pace and run in your pace and be as comfortable in your pace as possible. And I think that they're doing that right now.
I think that's so hard, though. I mean, Connor Mance is known for being so aggressive and wanting to win. And you know this better than anyone, Ed, but that's what's hard, is having to stay within yourself these early stages of the marathon.
Yeah, some of that restraint is part of the strategy.
Restraint is huge.
Yeah, we are seeing a little separation, though. And again, we have 3 or 4 pacers. You can say they have pace 1, pace 2, pace 3. So very elite runners in the pacing group as well. And among them, we have Kipyego is pacer 1, Kemboy pace 2. All of these guys are capable of running 205, 206 marathoners themselves. So they're going to have some good company there early on, and these pacers are going to take them through at least halfway. Right now, Career is comfortable in there. Kip Limo, I think, is also very comfortable in there running in that pack.
All right, here is Fesa. Howie Faces right there.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about her, because she has been doing quite well this season.
Yeah, Howie Fesa was just 3rd here at the Tokyo Marathon in March. So she is coming off of a new PB, which she ran in 2025. So coming in to a race like this, setting a new PB just a few months ago, I mean, you know that she's ready to roll. And when I talked to her, she was all set on running fast. That was just the word, you know. She just said, "I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go with everyone." So, yeah. And then the woman next to her, Magdalena Shori, she was a later add to the start list.
From Tanzania.
Yep, she's a sub 220 gal. She's a 218 gal, and she hasn't really had quite the buildup that I think that we were thinking, but she took some time away from the sport, and then the last couple years, every race seems to be getting better. She ran 221 this last spring. So yeah, these two up front definitely want. You know, the good thing about this field that we have here for the women, nobody's won a world marathon major.
So whatever the case, this is a big day.
It's a huge career boost for them.
We're going to have a new winner here, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it will. What does it mean to be a world marathon major winner? What does it? I know it comes with some money.
Yeah.
It comes with some points to get even more money in the world majors schedule, but what does it mean even psychologically, would you say?
Well, I think if you're an American in particular, if you were to win a world marathon major, it would be worth millions because it would put you firmly on the map of some of the greatest in the world, and just the publicity that you could get going off of that. But for anybody who wins that, it's just going to have a rippling effect, because their next appearance fee is probably going to be close to $300,000, $400,000, and then the prize money on top of that. So it can really set them up. Obviously, especially coming from some of the underdeveloped countries, can you imagine the impact that would have
on them
generational money for these people?
No doubt about
These
it.
women right now are setting their pace off of our pacer here at 67 flat. That's what he was supposed to go at. So they are definitely going for new PBs, and obviously coming down to the final stretch, they're going for that win.
2:14 marathon pace. That's pretty heavy
That's
stuff.
pretty fast.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break real quick. We will get back to all the action of the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
It's great to be with you guys here in Chicago. It's been a long time since I've been here in 2023, but wow, what a seat I've got. I've traded in my racing shoes for a helmet.
You do.
My teammate right now, Conor Mantz, is probably about 20 to 25 seconds back at the moment.
But you're right here with Career.
You know, he's
How's
running
he
a really
looking to
patient
you?
race.
How's Career looking to you, Clayton?
John is looking super relaxed. Right now there's a pack of 5 in the elite group. We've got John Career, Timothy Kiplagat, Amos Caputo, Jacob Kiplimo, and Philemon Kiplimo.
All the people
they're
you
looking really
expected
good.
to see.
John, I think, is probably looking the most relaxed of most of them.
And now you've run with John Career and trained a little bit with him too. Any sense of what his strategy might be?
Yeah, I think he came in, he called his shot to go out at a hot pace of 60-30. I think they went out in about 4:25 for the first mile, but I think they've settled well, and the Pacers have kept it under control.
We just got told that they ran their
So
third
it's going to be
mile.
interesting to see.
We just got told that they ran their third mile in 4:36, so it looks like they have finally settled down a little bit and are back on race pace. Is that right?
Yeah, I think they've definitely settled. It's kind of a little bit of, a little bit of who wants to be right behind the Pacers. But I see John Career smiling out here. He seems pretty relaxed. He's pointing up and telling people to take the tangents. And it looks like every one of them got their bottles as well, which is a good sign.
I want to talk a little bit about that later. You can see also Conor Mantz in the right side of your screen. One of the things I know you have to train for is how to pick up your bottle, Ed.
Yeah, we do that in practice all the time. This last, in fact, their last workout, we do right on the track, and we have them practice getting a bottle every mile that they run. And so good to see him get that first bottle. And look at that, he's sharing it.
Talby.
Right there at Talby, yes. And it's not unusual for them to do that. That's a camaraderie that we have in the marathon. I mean, they really, first and foremost, are running against the 26.2 miles. They might not be quite as friendly over the last 3 miles, but here in the first 5K, they're going to share their.
Well, you can see Conor trying to make sure you got the right amount.
Right.
It's all down to a science. How many ounces you want to get in? But Zuhair Talby, he won the Chicago half here not too long ago, and he has been really coming on. So they're just such good friends, but fierce competitors as well.
And what's in, just out of curiosity, what do they put in those bottles? It's not just water.
Yeah, well, they all have their own formulas that they enjoy. Conor takes Morton's, which is what a lot of the elite athletes are taking, and then they're used to that, and they find that their stomach can digest that properly, and it's going to get them. I'm convinced that one of the reasons why we're not having as many people bonk or hit the wall as they used to is good nutrition.
Okay, there you go. It's really important. And Morton's is a carbohydrate of some kind?
Yeah, it's about a 6% carbohydrate solution, and
I know you runners out there know. I'm going to tell you, Ed is nervous right now. I can tell.
Oh, come
he's
on.
focused on. He's focused on coaching a little bit.
Easy E is a little excited.
He's a little excited right now.
Hey, I'm excited because we got some fast racing. They are 20 seconds ahead of the time that Career ran last year through 5K. 14:23 for you folks at home that are following along, and 14:23 is moving right along. Probably a little. Probably about under 2:01 for sure.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting. All right, let's talk about the ladies.
Yeah.
We've got Howie Fesa there. We've got Magdalena Ashari there as well. They're hanging with one another.
Yep, and then the woman that's right behind them that's been right there in that lead pack is Berdatu Herpa. She's a 2:18 gal. She ran that when she won Dubai just in 2025. So definitely on a roll. Fesa just went through in 16:06 for the 5K. So they are moving.
16:06.
Yep.
Yeah. That puts her right on about 2:15 pace.
Yeah, it's what they wanted. These three all said 2:14 to 2:15 is kind of what the pace they wanted to stick with.
Well, they're looking good. We're going to have a brand new champion here. We are still early in the race, so there's still a lot of things that could happen. But at least it's good to see them moving. I love to see a race. You want to see some competition.
Yeah, and you know what? Career last year went through in about 62 minutes for the half, and then he turned it on over the second half. So it's kind of encouraging to see him going out faster, 20 seconds faster through the first 5K, because if he's that much faster through half, the odds are the end result, if he can hold on and push with Kiplimo and whoever else, is going to be faster as well.
And we're going to get a lot more of the women in and hopefully drop back a little bit. But our first American is also one of Ed's athletes, McKenna Meyer.
Well,
yeah, she's running really well, and she said she wanted to go for it. She went through the 5K about 20 seconds behind our leaders.
All right, and then you've got Emily
16:24.
Ventures, who's making her debut here today.
Yep.
And Dakota, our Olympian. We
Yep,
want to see
Dakota
how
Popane.
Dakota Popane is doing as well. These folks are now on LaSalle. These ladies are now on LaSalle. And because they know that a championship, that's got to push them a little bit more, right?
I mean, I think this is big for them to be here, and they know that no one else has actually won a world marathon major in this race right now on the women's side. I think that's really a big thing that they're thinking about. Obviously, it's fun to come here anyway and win, but it is a career, a career changer. Right, exactly. That's what they want, and for them to have that on the CV is huge. So this is a big day for a lot of these athletes.
Now, Career looks like he is calm still. Looks good. Looks like he's handling things. And we're getting some information about the American men.
Yeah, we got Connor Mantz, followed by, now this is a news flash for those of you who follow. Wesley Kipto has officially changed his citizenship from Kenya to America, to the U.S. He officially can run for the U.S. now and is eligible for prize money and record purposes. And it looks like Mantz is about 4 seconds off, or 4 seconds ahead of Kipto, and they're followed by Colley about 35 seconds back from them. So Mantz and Kipto probably running together a little bit in this chase pack that's going out in 62 minutes.
All right, now let's take a look at the wheelchair. Now we're going to check in on the women. We've got the same two ladies in front here, Carrie, and they look like they're doing pretty well here.
Yeah, not surprising to see them up here. You know, both came in wanting to run fast, and they definitely do. But Cheryl runs on her own. She doesn't train here with anyone else, so she doesn't maybe have the same camaraderie. Mm-hmm. A lot of the other athletes know each other. They maybe go for a run here or there. Not necessarily are they in the same training groups, but they know each other. So. Interesting, though, to not see Ijegayu Taye. She said she wanted to go for it. She might be in that second. She is in that second pack, so she definitely is with Alamu, who has definitely been here. She was third here in 2023, so that might be a smart move to be next to Mugurtu Alamu, who's been here, run this race. I mean, having experience on this course is huge. So, yeah, the debutante that everyone's talking about is in that chase pack.
Well, I've heard from other racers, including Kiplimo, Jacob Kiplimo, saying that, you know, a half is not a marathon.
Right.
So, you know, until you've done it, until you understand it, until you know these courses, it makes a big difference.
It's not a perfect one-to-one correlation, but all things being equal, that's a good way to bet. If someone's running super fast half like Kiplimo has, then the odds are that he is probably going to transition very, very well to the marathon. He did just that. He did that exactly at London, finishing second in his debut. Yeah. And I think he learned a ton. I mean, the learning curve is really steep in the marathon. The fact that he did so well in his debut means that he was probably taking notes, and I think it's going to be a real great duel with Career today.
I think you are correct. All right, let's check back in with Alex. great opportunity to raise funds for things that you care about. Now we're going to check in with the lead pack. This is the men's professional group. This is the first group you can see in the yellow. You can always tell who the past champion is because they have a yellow bib. John Career is right behind the Pacers.
Career's in there, and right now they are on 1 hour 59:54 second pace. So that would be under the world record by about over a minute or close to a minute. In that pack with him, though, he's got some other people. Timothy Kiplagat is in there, right next to him. Jacob Kiplimo, Amos Kipruto, all of them right there. Mile 7 for the men, 4:32 pace, 31:54. They came through again, the elite men, 28:25. So again, that puts him under 2 hour pace for the marathon.
That's crazy.
And it's a great day.
Everybody,
it's a great day.
Let's take a breather for a second. People have been talking about marathon breaking 2. It's the Holy Grail. It is something that the most elite of the most elite have always tried for. They've set up special events to hopefully see someone do it. Eliud Kipchoge did do it in a special event. The time doesn't count. So when, Ed, you start talking like that, I know marathon aficionados out there, you're blowing their minds.
Well, it's early, and they've got a tailwind, and it's mile 7, but they do have some good people running in this pack, and we've got the talent for it. And we talk about doing it under time trial conditions. Well, right now, at least for this first 7-8 miles, it's better than time trial because you have a slight tailwind, you have 4 pacers, and you have amazing athletes, world record holders in the half marathon, and guys who are learning more and more, and champions like Career in there as well. So it is, like I said at the opening, it's the perfect storm of for record purposes sometimes.
Let's check in with Clayton. He is right there with a bird's eye view of this lead pack.
Sounds good.
What are you seeing, Clayton?
You know, it's interesting. I feel like the first, 5, 10K, they were all a little bit nervous, and they're all getting into formation. And it's interesting to see how each of them are just 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and Kiplagat right on the back end. The Pacers are looking and making sure that they're in form.
Did they look?
I would say that the wind is pretty much died down at this point. But we're going to make the turn up here on the north side, and they might start going into a headwind.
And that's going to make a big difference, of course.
Yeah, and in that pack, we've got 3 or 4 pacers. Other than that, we've got Kiplimo, Career, Kiplagat. Who's looking the best? Who's looking the most comfortable? I've noticed that Career has just stayed nestled and kind of ensconced there, hasn't really taken his turn in the front like you should not do. He looks very good.
Clayton?
I would say that John Career and Jacob Kiplimo are the ones that are looking the smoothest right now. They're side by side, and they were maybe 2 of the favorites coming into this race. And we've lost 2 of the 4 pacers, but the pacers that are up here up front we're here to go to the distance, and so we're going to see how long they can take these athletes.
All right, let's check in. You want to check in with Connor Mance? Now first we're going to check out how the women are doing, who's in the lead with the women. If we still have our 2 front runners that we've had for a while, we can see Magdalena Schauer right there, and who is behind the pacer? Probably Hawi Fesa.
Yeah, Hawi Fesa
been with her all this time.
I think the chase pack is about 6 seconds up since the last time we looked. So yeah, these 2 from the gun have been out there just riding their pacer's shoulder, just kind of biding time, not looking around, and really just kind of getting into this race. But the women behind them are starting to close in.
All right, let's talk a little bit about pacers. Tell me why they're important or not important, what your thoughts are about them.
Well, you want a pacer to be running very, very comfortably. And the fact of the matter is, when we get in these world marathon majors, you have to have a world-class athlete be your pacer, right? Obviously, because to be able to go even to halfway at the same pace as these guys, when they're approaching 60, sub 60, you've got to have a world-class athlete. So you got to pay them adequately, and then they've got to and you want them to run as evenly as possible. Sometimes you'll get a pacer who's a little more erratic, and if they're going erratic, then you're just burning your carbs. It's not efficient at all. So what I like about this is it looks to me like Career and they're looking good. They're running smoothly, and the pacers are doing their job.
And what about for women? I mean, I know men and women they're both athletic. They're both doing what they're supposed to be doing. But pacers, They really help keep you on. Do they help? It seems to me, just as a casual observer, I'm not a runner like you guys are, not at the athletic level that you guys are, but the pace, it does make sense to me that it would help you stay where you want to be.
You know, and actually turn your mind off for as long as you possibly can. I mean, a lot of times when you're running distance races, you want to turn your brain off, stop thinking and just run. And we know that our top Americans in the race here, McKenna Myler and Dakota Popayne said she's going to let Tyler Germain, her personal pacer, do the work. Like, just let me run right now, and I'm going to focus and trust everything in you. And some of these athletes don't train with the Pacers, but some of them do. Mm-hmm. So Dakota Popayne trains with Tyler Germain back in Minnesota, where we live. And but that is, I think, where you can really build this trust. You really understand who your pacer is and be able to do that. And it's a big tool to have when you know the person that's helping you along.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Now let's check in. Amanda, we see Marcel Hou. right, we're back with the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. You can see our defending champion, John Career, right there in the middle. He's got 2 pacers in front of him. I can't tell who that is beside him, but he's looking pretty good there.
Yeah, you know what? We've got Jacob Kiplimo, who was one of our pre-race favorites, Amos Kipruto, John Career, Philemon Kiplimo. All of them are together, and Timothy Kiplagat is in there. So we've got 5 guys going out. They came through 15K, 42:41. That's 2 hours 03 pace. That's
my gosh,
well under world record pace.
Oh my!
But we also did see, I think that 9th or 10th mile was 4:41, which is one of their slower miles, which just means they've turned now from a tailwind now into a slight headwind.
And that's going to make a difference. And there will be different parts on the course.
There will be ebbs and flows, and from 8 mile to about 13 mile, they're going to be running back kind of into this light headwind, and so they won't get the push from behind it so much, but they're still rolling, and they're rolling well.
All right, let's check in with the women. We want to see how they're doing. We still have our 2 here, Carrie.
Yeah, the 2 that are just kind of cranking it out here and there. 5:04, mile 8 is what they went through. So they are doing well. They're right on that 2:15:30 projected mile pace. But Holly Fesa, the woman on the right, she trains with former world record holders. So the woman that had the world record before Ruth Chepngetich, Tagista Seifa. That is the woman that she runs with. So she's had a lot of advice and a lot of time spent with someone that has set a world record and who has big goals and is, getting after life. But she trains with her and along with 2 male pace setters. So she's back home in Ethiopia and putting the work in. She transferred from the track to the roads in 2023, and she's really, really loved building and learning what this marathon is all about. So running 2:17 in Tokyo just in March in 2025 is a huge confidence boost for her. But the woman on the right is still sort of, she's just learning this distance. Her name's Magdalena Shori. We've talked about her already. She's a 2:18:41 gal. She was 3rd, and that time came from the Berlin Marathon in 2023. Now she came back in 2025 and she ran 2:21, so she's running so much faster today, Mary.
Yeah.
I mean, she is running 2:15 pace right now, but she believes she can do it. So it's been a 2-woman show right now.
Well, she's holding on extremely well. These 2 have been in the lead almost the entire time. We'll check back in just a few minutes. Oh, it's the cha-ching right behind it. All right, now let's check in with Connor Mance. He is our lead American. Can we find him, or are we going to go to the men's elite?
Well, Connor's in that group on the right, and they came through, running very well. I came through, let's see, 15K, 44 minutes, so that puts him on 2:03:58 pace, and all those guys right in there. We got Benyo, we got Kotut, Essa, and it was interesting because Essa, when we talked to him before, he said, no, I'm going to go with the leaders. I'm going out at 60-30, and I think the fact that the leaders are going out even faster than that meant that the 62 group, which is they're running faster than the 62-minute pace. So what we've got is the lead pack is running faster than what they were supposed to run, and the chase pack are running faster than what they are supposed to run. So the majority of people have positioned themselves right there with Connor Mance. So this is exciting because he's got some people to hide behind here now as they've turned back into the headwind, and he can just again hide himself in that group, try to go to sleep and be as comfortable as possible, follow any moves, and get through these first 20 miles as easily as possible so that he can race the last 10K.
Now, he just looked at his watch, so he knows his pacing is a little bit faster than expected, right?
He does, but it's not out of the realm. And we talked about 2:04, going through a 2:04, and actually they're pretty close to that. And I think most of the men in this group would also, have PRs in the 2:05, 2:06 range, and they all want to take advantage of this amazing day, and hopefully they can all work together to produce fantastic times.
All right, let's get to the lead pack with the men's pros, and we want to check in with Clayton. Clayton, are you seeing any sort of movement at all? All right, we don't have Clayton just yet. We'll get back to him in just a second.
Well, the guy's in there right now. John Career is right there, closest to the camera. We've got Jacob Kiplimo, the two guys that we talked about. Timothy Kiplagat is wearing one of those, fancy Nike singlets as well. Jacob Kiplimo also in one of the fancy Nike singlets. And then in the purple, we have Amos Kipruto and Philemon Kiplimo. So a pack of 5 guys right behind the lead Pacers right now.
Amos Kipruto was 3rd here last year. I mean, you can't forget that he could taste the win.
I don't know. Kiplimo looks pretty chill too. He just looked over. So did Career. They know they're tight in the pack. What is all this? What's going through their minds?
Well, you want to be, like I said before, you almost want to go to sleep here for this first half. I mean, you're out moving along very well, but you want to be comfortable. You want to be very much sub-max, and that's what we see. These guys are kind of working together. They're not. Nobody's really pushing the pace at this point in time. They're letting the Rabbits do their job. They're running behind the Rabbit, they're going to get these early miles out of the way so that they can actually wage battle late in the race.
Well, and I think a lot of people are looking at John Career. I mean, in Boston he did this, and last year he did this where he got to about 30K and he had a major surge. I mean, he now is sort of known for this big surge. So I think a lot of the athletes are starting to think, what do I do to beat this guy? Mm-hmm. I mean, he won a couple times in LA before he had this big win here last year. He's at a whole new level now.
Are we expecting a negative split here?
They're going out so fast right here that if they just can maintain this, they're on world record pace. So we're not going to see the huge swing like we saw last year when they went through in 62 minutes and then closed in 60. But Career is a fast finisher, as Carrie alluded to, and I wouldn't put anything past him. And he's been training at a very high level. He's very strong right now. He's got a world of confidence. The fact that he's won his last 2 World Marathon Majors. So I'm looking for big things as things continue.
Well, it's been interesting hearing about their training. Both Jacob Kiplimo and Career have now said that they've significantly upped their mileage. I mean, from 130s, even Kiplimo was a track guy and then went to the half. He was running 80 to 90 miles a week. Now he's up to 130, even kind of dabbling at the 150 mark.
Wow.
And we know that John Career has said that he's been at the 150, 155 miles per week. So he's really bumped up his training, added in more strength to go with that speed that they both have.
It's hard to believe 150
I know.
a week. Oh my goodness.
You take a lot of naps when you're doing that kind of mileage. At least I did.
Like for real.
And I never hit that.
You sleep.
I maxed at 120, and you got to take an afternoon nap. And 155, I'd be in a coma, I think.
Well, Marion, we know that we've seen these two in the lead for the women, but we know that Dakota Popane is leading the American field, and also Callie Hauger-Thackeray. Both of them came into this race saying they wanted 220. And that is the pace that they're on right now. So they're a little off of these leaders, obviously, but they're running their race and they're right on pace for 220. If they were to break 220, that's huge.
That is huge. All right, let's check in with Kira D'Amato. Kira D'Amato on D'Amoto, as we like to say. Kira, what are you seeing from these two leaders?
They both are looking super smooth. They are flying faster than the L train in Chicago right now. We have a slight headwind sponsored by Lake Michigan, but it doesn't seem to bother them because they're tucking right behind the pacer and both looking very smooth.
They are, and both of them have done marathons before, but they don't have deep experience in marathons, and they're both first-timers here in Chicago. Not knowing the course as well, how does that factor in? Anybody?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think having a pacer and having each other has really helped. You see that Fayez just tucked right in and just is hiding behind the pacer, which is great because she's not having to do the extra work, where Shori is on the outside.
Yeah, that makes sense. Again, those pacers really having an impact. What do you think about course knowledge, Carrie?
Well, I think it's huge to have course knowledge, but I also think it's a big deal. And Kira knows this best. I mean, she is one of those athletes that's a full send type athlete. I mean, she went for that American record. It was well under her PR, and she did it.
She did it.
And so this is the thing, both Fayez and Shori on this 2:15 pace. It's well below their PRs. I mean, Kira, how do you do that? How do you take the chance and the risk when you're running something like the Bank of America Chicago Marathon?
See if anything has shifted here. Doesn't look like it. It looks like the same grouping. Those Pacers are working hard, man. Carrera is right there behind him. He's putting them through the paces.
They came through 20K in 57 minutes, which still puts them on 2-hour, 27-minute finishing time.
We're talking seconds, 2 hours and 27 seconds, which would be a world record.
Yes, well under world record pace, but they have slowed just a little bit. And again, they came when they made that turn at 8 miles and been pushing into the wind, but they are approaching half marathon pace. Let's see, the Chase pack also came through 20K, and they were about a minute 50 seconds behind, a good minute 50 seconds behind. In that Chase pack, though, is Connor Mantz. He is on 2:04:29 pace, as is about 5 other people. Emmanuel Essa, Kotut, Kamelwar, all of them looking good, and they're working together.
Okay, Carrera is now pulled away from the Pacers. He's just past the half, on pace to, if he keeps going at this rate, to break a world record, which I cannot believe I am saying right now. But he has shown some amazing. It's one of those days, though, as you said, Ed. All the perfect elements are in place, and he has experience on this course, having won just last year. He's our defending champion. We are the city of records. Let's see. Let's go.
I'd always be nervous if I'm running in a pack with Carrera and he makes a break, because that means that he's probably going to start inflicting some pain. It's a little early to do that right now. They're nearing a half marathon right now. So, but the fact is, he's got a little bit of a gap there. And sometimes when you're running, you feel that gap, then you start pushing on that gap.
Okay.
They came through half at 1 hour 16 seconds. So again, that would translate to 2 hours and 32 seconds for the marathon pace. But he does have a little bit of a gap there.
He does. And what that is still, remember, the world record is 2 hours and 35 seconds. So that's still on pace to break.
Here's our Chase pack here with Connor Mantz in it. And they just passed 13 miles. So they got a little bit until they hit the half. They're looking very comfortable, and they have a big group together.
All the Pacers apparently have dropped.
Okay.
For both packs, just for the first pack, just for the lead pack. Okay. So yep, Connor's right there with Cam Rohrer. There's one of the Pacers still in there, so they're still in there for the second pack. How do you think Connor's looking?
I've seen him grab his bottles at the last fuel station, so that's a good sign. The fact that he's put himself in there and he's not up near towards the front of it, I think is a good sign. I think he's trying to avoid any wind and whatnot and just be as comfortable as possible. Very, very talented athletes that he's running with, anywhere from 2:04 to 2:05 guys, even faster than that, 2:03 people surrounding him. So he has plenty of very good company to run with, and he's looking very comfortable.
That's good to see. He's going to get that ugly run face pretty soon.
Well, he just went through half in 1:02:19. So again, they've slowed a little bit, so they're at 2:04:40 pace right now, and it would be great if they could just hone into that.
But I'm getting some updates from the course, and there is some wind right here, so they are
Whacker,
fighting
by
into
the
the
way.
wind.
They
Yeah,
are
so
on Whacker.
I mean, maybe the pace will slow just a little bit as they fight through this here, which is smart too, not to push too hard into it. Kind of
You can see the wind. You can see the wind
You can
buffeting
see
them
the
right
wind
there.
by their singlets, as they're rocking.
Okay.
All right, keep it going, guys. All right, now we want to check in with where are we going? I'm sorry. I think we're checking in with the women now. Here we go. Yeah, same two
looking
leaders.
at the same two.
They said they look good.
Yeah,
I noticed Magdalena Shora kind of just looks down the whole time.
Yeah, she's looking down.
Everybody's got their ways of doing things.
Yeah, kind of zoning out as we've talked
out,
about.
right.
Zone out. Some like to look at the horizon. Some like to look down, moving around. I mean, we have the great Dina Castor in here in Chicago, and she used to try to look at some real estate, like anything to take your mind off of what was happening. But
looks like Shara's pulling away. I know that Fesa just went to get a bottle.
I think we keep, we kind of keep coming to them as they get their fueling, and it shows you how important it is this early on. But yeah, both of these women looking really good. Shori, she
got her bottle, and then she got the water.
Yep, they take a little bit of both.
Okay, we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's getting exciting here for the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. Welcome back to the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. You are looking right now at your third wave runners. These are folks who typically run a 4:10 up to a 6:30 race. Go out there and get it. This is your marathon day two, guys. I love to see all these folks out there. All right, now we're going to send it back down. He's used to doing.
This is what he does.
What he does, right?
Through 40K, so he's getting close to the end.
All right, here's our chase pack. We see Alemu. This is her birthday. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Magurju Alemu. Yep, she is in third, and we can see Ejigayu Taye just falling off her just a little bit there. But we know on the American side that Dakota Popayne is leading that American field there, and she's still on 2:20 pace. You know, there's only 4 women that have gone under 2:20. So she's going for it today.
All right, go Dakota. And Alemu, we were expecting to see good things from her too.
Yeah, I mean, she was third.
Are you surprised she's not a little bit further up?
I'm not. I mean, I think she's running a smart race. She is a 2:16 gal. She's been there. She's done that. She did that in Valencia, which it seems like a long time ago, but it was just at the turn of the new year here. So that was in 2024, but in December. So she has now, equaled that PB in less than 6 months or 8 months, and she's ready to roll. But she did drop out of London, so there was some question marks, and she hasn't quite, run a real good indicator race coming into this one. So yeah, there's some question marks here, but she looks smooth and she looks good.
And she's still under personal record pace.
Exactly.
Going right now.
Yep.
So.
And we just found out that Dakota went through the half marathon in 1:10:26. She's in 7th place right now. That's Dakota Popayne of the U.S. She was 11th at the Olympics last year. Last year was tough for Dakota. She had so many appearances and things that were going on. She did run a number of marathons. She ran 3 big ones. She ran the Olympic trials, she ran the Olympics, and then she ran Boston. And probably weren't quite, Boston wasn't the race that she wanted.
Sure.
But with everything that happened with the Olympic Games, she had such a fun year, but she really buckled down this summer and this fall, and she's been training really hard for this race.
We expect big things from Dakota. All right, we shall see what happens. Let's check in with our lead American. We're going to first go back to Marcel Hoog with the men's wheel. About Connor Mance is Ed Eyestone's guy. How's he looking?
Okay, Mance is doing fine. He's right in there. He's on 2:04:20 pace. He's looking good. Interesting. Wesley Kiptoo, we found out last night, has now have American citizenship, and he has battled so that he is in that same pack running with Connor Mance. So we've talked about American record, talked about Connor Mance going for that American record today, but he's also got some competition in Wesley Kiptoo. And let's not forget Rory Linkletter, who is Connor Mance's old teammate at BYU. I believe Rory Linkletter has battled back in that pack as well. So Rory is in place-wise, Mance is in ninth place, Kiptoo 14th place, Rory 15th place. They all have a shot at going for that North American record. The North American record is actually 2:05:36, which was set by Canadian Cam Levins, and all of them are under that record pace right now. And it's very possible for Connor or Wesley to run under 2:05:36, get the American record, and for Rory to also be under that and get the Canadian record. So some exciting stuff happening in this chase pack.
Didn't we say we were the city of records? Yes, we did. And yes, we are. And they are moving. Let's see who else we see. We see Isa in there. We see, I'm trying to read there, Abenyo is in there.
Yeah, Cameron is in there. Yep. So all the guys that we thought were going to be players are right in there.
Tura.
I mean, Ed, you think of how long this record has stood in America. Khalid
23 years.
I mean, can we give some love to him?
Absolutely.
He was so good.
Absolutely.
Khalid was amazing. And when he set that record in 2002, it was the world record. He did it at London. He won London. He set the world record there. It was the American record. It stood for 23 years. It still amazing. I mean, these guys still have a lot of race yet to go. But an amazing athlete. He was at the dinner the other night.
Yeah,
and such a gentleman.
He
really is.
He's rooting for these guys every step of the way, and these two have pulled.
Now this is a huge development here, because now the race is down to 2. John Career, Jacob Kiplimo have made a substantial break. I believe they have, at least 10, 15 seconds over the chase back, and they have just worked together. I think once the rabbits dropped out, then John Career just kind of took it upon himself and upped the ante, and Jacob Kiplimo followed that. They are 27 seconds clear of Amos Kipruto at this point in time, and they are working side by side. Both of them, such great talent. Again, the man on the left in the lighter singlet, Jacob Kiplimo, he's the world record holder in the half marathon. Fairly new, very new to the marathon, has only run one marathon. The man to his right, the defending champion from the Bank of America Chicago Marathon from last year, also won Boston, so he is on a roll. And the two side by side running very strong at this point, just after 25K.
How much are they studying each other? Because they knew both going into this race who they were dealing with.
Yeah, I think right at this point in time, they're just trying to find their rhythm. They're going side by side, obviously. No one is taking the initiative, and I think it'll be it may be a cat and mouse game over this last 10K or 20K or so as they run and measure one another.
Could we see? I don't even want to talk about it. A sprint? Could we?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, and if they do come down to a sprint, well, Jacob Kiplimo is a converted half marathoner and 10K runner. He's a bronze Olympic medalist in 10,000 meters. So, I'd hate to be having a sprint with an Olympic medalist on the track.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, let's check in with the women's lead pack and see if our two, yes, they are our two that have led the whole way for the most part. Highway Fesa and Magdalena Shori, and we also have Keira D'Amato on right in front of them with a bird's eye view. Tell us, how do they seem? Are they playing off of each other, much like our two men's leaders are, Keira?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you have women running this fast together, it's very motivating, it's very helpful, and it helps you get into a good rhythm and relax. But I will say this is a three-person race right now. The birthday girl is shining brighter than the bean right now, and she is within striking distance. We just went up and got a close look at her, and her face was relaxed, her arm swing was really relaxed, and she was looking up towards the top two women right now. So I think this could really come down to a three-person race.
So how I can't tell. We'll try to find out just how far back Alemu is. She is 7 seconds behind them, so not that far. So, Keira, you're calling it. We're going to see if it holds.
Yeah, it's about 6-7 seconds away. So she is really within striking distance. And in a marathon, that's not a lot of time. But she does look really smooth, and I think it's her birthday, so she's got some magic powers going for her, too.
It is her birthday, and I'm going to give you an A+, all your great lines. Shining brighter than the bean. You got to love that. Thank you, Keira.
6-7 seconds back.
Yeah.
Wow.
6-7. You got to do with it a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, watching Howie Fesa, though, just the calm. You know, there were a couple question marks wondering if she had a couple little niggles coming in, but she's one that really loves the body. She studies the body. She likes getting the extra treatment to make sure she's feeling good, and she said she is. She gave me 2 thumbs up at the press conference when we were chatting with her. But this is only her 5th marathon. I mean, she's still pretty new to this. You know, as I said, she was a track runner and then moved over to the marathon, and now she just went through mile 15 in 5:08. So they're holding steady right at that pace, 2:15 pace.
Now that she's an example of an East African that is supporting her whole family. She's one of 6, and her running career supports her entire family. She's got 2 younger sisters who are also training. Yeah. Hopefully will be at her level. She believes that they will. But these are all some of the great stories that you hear from some of these athletes, and you can understand why this is so important to them. This is not really just about them, and not just about their country. It's about their families, too. All right, we're going to check in now on Conner Mantz. Conner Mantz, we know him well because Ed Eyestone coaches him, but he is our lead American. He is going for the American record, and he's looking good, Ed.
He's looking good, you know, and he's in 9th place right now. He's got plenty of good, strong competition running with him. He's on a pace of about 2:04.20, which would be a minute and a half under the American record. So I like the fact that he's got some people to work with, some very talented people. And you know what? You want his build to be seamless. His last marathon at Boston, he ran so well, 2:05.08. That was a big day for him, and just missed being on the podium. You know, it's going to be hard to be on
by 4 4 seconds.
It's going to be hard to be on the podium today with the amazing talent that we have in here. But today was all about time. It's going to continue to be about time. But Wesley Kiptoo, the newly crowned American, is just 10 seconds back last time we checked. So he's got plenty of motivation to run fast. Happy that his build has gone so well. His checkmark races coming into this have been wins and course records. So that's all good signs. And right now he just wants to continue that flow. He's looking comfortable. He's got his typically high cadence, high arm lift and knee lift. So checking his watch and getting his water bottles. That's the other thing that I'm excited about. He's taking his fluids.
Well, this is what I love when we can get the up close and personal, watching how smooth some of the guys are. But you're seeing Kiptoo. He's just grabbing his, whether it's his side or his psoas or whatever. I mean, all of these things play, but this is a long race, so you can work through those things. But, you know, he now actually has moved back. Looked like he almost stopped there for a second. So these are the ones that I think you can see that are calm and they're patient and they're just thinking about pace and all of that. All of Ed Eyestone's advice, right?
Yeah, we call it advice.
Kiplimo has made a push. He is ahead of John Career, which we saw them running together just a few moments ago. But as we mentioned, Ed Eyestone, he is coming off the track. Track runners know how to sprint. Track runners know, but we've still got a long way to go.
We still have 35 minutes plus of racing. Clayton, what's going on? Did you see this move? Can you hear us? And if Clayton can't, obviously something
happened.
This last mile, I think Kiplimo has decided, I don't want to wait for John Career to make a move. I'm going to make a move right now. And this move is decisive. When you're dropping someone that much, then you're feeling like, okay, I have enough energy for the next 35 minutes to push to the finish.
Well, this is where I think when people know the move that John Career has at 30K or at 20 miles, they know that move. And that is not only a physical boost for a John Career, but it's a mental boost. And maybe this is where Jacob Kiplimo is just new enough to this distance where he's like, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm going to kind of pounce and take that move away from John Career.
This could be a preemptive move, but also it could mean John Career is just going through a rough spot because we've seen that as well. Let's see if he grabs his bottle here, Kiplimo, as he comes on. Running at that speed, grabbing these bottles, you have to be like a third baseman getting a short hop there, and he did that impeccably. So he's got good talent in that.
Our graphic is off there. We have Career ahead. He is no longer the leader. This is Kiplimo, Jacob Kiplimo, on his own. I remember talking to him right after that press conference, the access that we had to him, and I asked him, you've done so well in the half. How does that prepare you for the whole and for the whole marathon? And he said it doesn't compare. I know you. It is half of it, but he said I have to look at it a completely different way. He has done one now, though, so he understands what his body can do at least a little bit. But I don't think, has taken this for granted. I don't think he is.
And it's a 10-second lead that he's got right now. Up to 12-second lead through 30K now. We're getting the times popping up. 12-second lead. So that's a huge, significant lead that he just put on. And now John Career has just got to kind of dig down and try to salvage a second. Sometimes you go through a bad spot. You just try to maintain, and then hope to make a counter surge. And we'll see if Kiplimo has made if Kiplimo has made a move that is going to last.
All right, we want to check in with. look like his helmet. So that's understandable. All right, let's take a look at the pro women's lead. I don't see Magdalena Sora in with Howie Fesa anymore.
Looks like Howie Fesa is definitely
pulled away. Yeah.
Roberto Almo still though in the hunt.
There look like they're only a few seconds behind.
Then you could see Shura. Yep.
Yeah, I think Shura's down there, back there with Alemu. How is she looking? How is Howie Fesa looking to you?
I mean, I think she looks great. She's just been clipping off. She's right there at 2:15 pace. She's sitting right on her pacer, and her arm carriage looks good. She's got that knee drive from the track. You can see that. But yet, it just seems to be letting the race come to her. But she must know what's happening behind her. Mm-hmm. She must know that Alamu is definitely not losing ground. If anything, she's slowly but surely trying to keep her eyes on her and keep that distance within something that she can go and strike soon.
What does it mean to a leader as you take the lead that someone you were running with falls back like that?
Well, I mean, it gives you a confidence boost that you're doing something right? I mean, you're inflicting some pain on somebody, which is kind of a thrill that we all get when we're runners. But yeah, they just went through 18 miles there, still checking her watch, not really looking behind her. But I think that she does have to know that Mugurtu Almu is very good on this course, and she is someone that has run the fastest on paper on this elite field. So she's got to be thinking about what's going on behind her. But again, turning your mind off, she still has a long ways to go.
Howie Fesa right now running on Taylor Street, getting a nice look at the city of Chicago as this race goes through the 29 neighborhoods here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. Stay with us.
So in the men's race, we're keeping an eye on our American hopeful, Conor Mantz, who had, several months ago stated that he wanted to break that 23-year-old Khalid Kanaouchi American record of 2:05:38. Conor Mantz, I believe that the idea was to run through the half through 21K, 15.1 miles, right about 1:02. That we've seen. So now he has to keep that or do a negative split. Negative 21.1K in the final half to go under the 2:05:38. Doesn't have to do it right now. Much about Galen Rucker, 2017 men's overall champion. He is back with us in the field. Galen Rucker, of course, multiple time Olympian, four-time Olympian.
Oh man, guys, it's getting exciting. You are looking at Jacob Kiblimo of Uganda. He is moving, Ed. What are you seeing in this guy right now?
What you are seeing is a man on a mission. His predicted finish time is 2 hours and 13 seconds, which would be under world record pace.
Oh my gosh.
He is all alone. His last mile was 4:32. He's dropped Career, our second place runner and winner from last year. Career is 41 seconds back. So we're talking the loneliness of the long distance runner here. And he has inflicted that loneliness on his competitors by putting in a 4:32 surge. Career is way back. He's not even in the camera angle at this point in time. And now he has just got to be focused. He's still got 5 miles to go. He's going to want to be as efficient as possible as he continues to go. But I've got to believe with his half marathon chops, with his 10K chops, and the fact that he's won world cross country championships twice, which I believe to be the most competitive race in the world. The fact that he has won that 2 times, I believe he can carry on. Again, he just his last last mile 4:38, mile 21 4:38. So he's still continuing. Now, world record pace is right about 4:35, but he's under that right now. So even the fact that his last mile was maybe 3 seconds off of that pace, he has a little bit of a cushion. Let's see how well he can hold on over these last 5 miles.
Okay, now he's in a lonely part of the track right now. There's not a lot of people around at this particular point. He's going to be getting pretty close to Chinatown pretty soon. What does that mean, that there aren't as many folks in there to cheer you along? Does that, even when you're that far ahead and you know you're in the lead?
Right now, you are just so focused, and the crowds are great sometimes, but if they're not there, then you're just focused on your rhythm, your cadence. You know you're running a great time. It's only his second marathon race that he's ever run, so it's still fairly uncharted territory. But this man from Uganda has a great race going, and I believe he's going to be able to hold on, certainly for the victory. And now it's just a matter, can he hold on for the win?
Remember, just 2 years ago, beautiful drone shots, by the way, we're seeing of Jacob Kiplimo all by himself in this area as he makes his way toward Chinatown. Just a couple of years ago, we saw Kelvin Kiptum break the world record. We couldn't believe it at the time. I can't believe that just a few years later, we may be looking at this one more time. This is absolutely amazing athleticism. All right, now we want to check in on our American leader in this next pack coming up. I know we've got Korir in between. Conner Mantz, Masai is in here with him, but Conner Mantz still leading the American men. Ed, how's he looking to you?
Yeah, the last thing we saw, Wesley Kiptum has now dropped almost a minute behind Conner Mantz, so he squarely is in possession of that top American spot. Now it's a matter of, can he hold on? At 2:04:18 is the projected time that he has, and he's looking very good. He's looking at his watch. He's aware, and we had talked before, we wanted to get in the 2:04 range, and we believed that we could get low 2:04, and by the way he's looking at his watch and the way that his face looks, I think he's comfortable at that pace. Now, your last 5-6 miles of the marathon are your most difficult, but he's still got good turnover. I think he's feeling good. He's got some good company there with Essa, and so I like his odds.
All right, let's check in now. We want to check in with Clayton Young. He is with one of the people behind Kiplimo. I'm not exactly sure.
Amos Kipruto.
Cam Wara. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
This is Cam Wara.
Oh, Cam.
Yeah, so Clayton, what can you tell us about, and now where is Korir? Is Korir in between Cam Wara and Kiplimo, to your knowledge?
This is Amos Kipruto. He's about 55 seconds back from the leaders. He is maybe 20 to 30 seconds ahead of John Korir from what it seems. I can't help but feel pretty bullish about how Jacob Kiplimo looked when we dropped back to this second place with Amos Kipruto. You know, he Jacob Kiplimo, he looked strong, and man, it was interesting. Even at mile 18, as he made a turn, he looked back to see himself pulling away from John Career, and he just licked his chops.
So Career
his chops
is
and he pulled
behind
away, and it
Caputo
just
now.
looked like he was super
Career's
confident.
I just got the top
Career,
9 here.
John Career.
I don't even see Career in the picture anymore.
John Career did step behind. I saw him maybe about, it's really hard to tell if it's Career or not, but I would say about 30 or 40 seconds back. But, this last 6 to 7K, 6-7K, it's really where it's going to make it happen. And we can see if Caputo can really catch John Career, or sorry, my bad, Jacob Kiplimo. But like I said, Jacob Kiplimo looks really strong.
Well, it looks like the lead pack obviously has completely shattered. Do you think it was so much Kiplimo putting on a big move, or other guys just fatiguing?
The initial move made just right after halfway was by John Career, and in fact, he broke away from the other 3 athletes at that point. But then slowly but surely Jacob Kiplimo, broke away from the other 2 athletes and closed the gap. And at that point, when Jacob Kiplimo came next to John Career motioned to his side, and Jacob kind of went toe-to-toe with him, and you got to see him duke it out for a little bit of time. And then, it's just so subtle that all of a sudden I think Jacob Kiplimo found himself in the lead, and you could see him start to smile just a little bit to himself. And it was just a pretty immediate response at mile 18 to see, Jacob Kiplimo pull away from John Career.
Wow, it's like he knew he had.
Yeah, after that, he just put on the gas. And every turn, it seemed that he would look back, he would just pour fuel on the fire. And, he looked smooth, I'm not going to lie. And, Amos Caputo right now, who I'm following, he's still looking fairly strong. Like I said, this last 6-7K is going to be tough, but this is where you kind of have the slight headwind, and we'll see if, how much he can close on Jacob Kiplimo.
Yeah, it looks like he's got plenty of distance on 3rd place right now. The last graphic I saw had Connor Matt in, I think, 6th place. And I think that, so as you look back, though, it looks to me like you can't see even 3rd place at this point in time.
Okay, we want to check in with the women.
Yeah, complete daylight. We've gone through a couple turns, and it's been complete daylight, and nobody in sight for 3rd right now.
Right.
All right, hold on. Stick with us, Clayton. We're going to check back in with you in just a second. We want to check in with the professional women. As we can see right now, Feza is still all by herself. Boy, this has been an interesting race. We've had 2 people try to come along, and then we'll have one that will push ahead, and at this point, it's Howie Feza.
Howie Feza definitely has taken command of this race, but you can see there are people right behind there, and I think that still Margarita Alamu in 2nd place. They're still trying to hold on. Last I checked, she was about 8 seconds back, so not too good. But now it looks as if Shura is 18 seconds back, and Margarita Alamu is 5 seconds. So she's closing.
Wow. She is closing.
Yeah, we're losing Shura, but we're gaining.
And they just passed 20 miles, so we have a race on our hands on the women's side for sure.
Yeah, and this is where you start to hear the crowds. You get a little bit excited, and the thing that is interesting is Margarita Alamu, she's been here, done that, so she maybe knows how this crowd can help pull her in and how to control herself a little bit earlier on. She still has 6 miles to go, but it's getting closer.
It's getting closer, but Howie Feza recently has done quite well in the marathon. It's like her experience is quite recent.
Yeah.
So maybe she's figured out her own measure and her own pull, but knowing the course, as we talked about,
it's big.
Can make a difference.
But yes, knowing that she's run 2:17, in Tokyo this year in 2025 in March, she was 3rd there. She has that confidence. Just a quick update on the women. We know that Dakota Potain is in 2nd now for the American women. And we have Natasha Rogers, who's moved up into 1st for the American women. They are running right around 2:21 pace. They're right together still. But that is an update on our women from America.
Okay, sounds good. Now let's check in with Stefan Holt. So much going on right now. Welcome back to the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. You're looking at the women's leader, Highway Fesa from Ethiopia. We want to give you an update on the U.S. women. We are in 7th and 8th place. The U.S. women, I believe Natasha Rogers is 7th and Dakota Popane is 8th right now. We are working on getting a camera back to the U.S. women so we can get a look at that race as it continues. So stay tuned for that, of course. But right now, Carrie Tollefson, we are looking at a lone runner at the front of the women's pack.
Yeah, and she has been hunted this entire time by that. You can see the two bodies behind her, and that is Mugurtu Alamu in second there. But yeah, Howie Fesa has looked great, but now her pacer has dropped, so she is all alone. And she is going to be tackling the roads on herself, or all alone by herself. So, yeah, she's in Chinatown now. It's loud here. It's exciting.
Yeah,
but this is where it gets tough.
All right, tell me, you're by yourself when you're in this space, and I don't know if she can tell anybody's right behind her, but they are right behind her. How hard is it when you're by yourself?
I mean, it's really hard, but she's locked in, and she's been, she looks good to me. I mean, her body, where her arms are and where her feet and her knees are, they look good. She's getting her feet back underneath her. She is still finding her bottles, which is a good thing. When you have enough agility to get out there and to be able to move across the course and do things, it shows that you still have your wherewithal within you. But yeah, I mean, you can feel it right behind that car is the woman that's chasing her.
Yeah, that's Alemu, right? She's right back.
Mugurtu Alemu.
You got to wonder what's going on. I mean, she's done enough of these marathons to have a sense of where her body is and how her body's feeling. She just grabbed her nutrition.
Yep.
Tea, of course.
She's definitely thinking about these final miles and her final nutrition. But when I spoke to her the other day, I said, what do you do for fun? And she said, I train, I rest, I go to church, and I do it all over again. I mean, she is very methodical in her daily living, and this is all that she's been thinking about, getting here and winning this race, winning her very first World Marathon Major.
And Fesa is 11 seconds back right now, so that's very doable, right?
Yes.
Or 11 seconds up.
Yep, 11 seconds up. So yeah, she is definitely keeping that distance. And that's a grind too when Mugurtu Alamu is waiting to trying to reel her in, and it's not happening.
And we're just hearing or just looking and seeing that Sharu is a whole minute. Is that right? Is that what you just said, behind Mugurtu? So she's quite a ways back now. So Fesa and it's a two-woman race at this point between Fesa and Alemu. Now let's get back to the lead man. We're talking about Jacob Kiplimo.
Yeah, Jacob
from Uganda.
Kiplimo made that big move, and it was very strong, but his last couple miles have been 4:50, 4:55, and he has gone from what looked like under world record pace to now slightly over, 2:01:07 projected finish time, and the times are starting to get slower with each passing mile. Now, if he can just hold on for these last couple miles, he'll still be fine, still probably finish in the 2:01 low range, and you can always hopefully find another gear, but generally the trend is, especially over the last 5 miles, that when those miles start slowing down, it's going to be very difficult to transition back into high gear again. So at this point in time, he just wants to hold on. He protects that lead. He's got a lead of over a minute 30. Yeah, a minute 30 seconds. And so he's got plenty of cushion there as long as the wheels don't completely fall off. The fact that he has run 4:50, 4:55. Remember, early on, they had a couple miles at 4:25. And so this is a full 25, 30 seconds slower, but he's close enough to that finish line. I think he realizes that he just continues the pace that he's on. He's going to be good to go. And where it might not be a world record, it's certainly going to be in a personal best time.
Very close. Very, very close. Okay, Amos Kipruto, by the way, is behind him by 1 minute and 30 seconds roughly. All right, now we want to check back. women, and this is, this is Dakota Popane. We have U.S. women. Right now, Dakota is in second place. Natasha Rogers is ahead of her. But how do you think she's looking, Karen?
I mean, I think she looks good. You can tell that Tyler German there is her pacer, and he's helping her along there. He's smiling, but Dakota is definitely trying to run. She wanted to run 2:20, so maybe hurting just a little bit here. You know, we know that Dakota came in with just a little bit of a lower leg issue, but she had such a phenomenal build coming in here. But the woman in front of her is our top U.S. woman, and that's Natasha Rogers, and she's got about 10 seconds up on her at mile 21. So there's a little bit of a battle there going on with the American women, but Dakota Popane, just such a great story. As I said, is running for her mom today, is raising money for American Cancer Society. She's raised almost $20,000 already, so she's got a lot on her mind. She's wearing purple on her nails because that was her mom's favorite color, and she's just such a story. She's a Division II athlete. She's running faster here in her marathon pace than she did when she was in college for the mile and the 5K. She's running faster over 26.2 miles than she did in those two races alone. So, she's just come around so well and done so many great things in this sport. Everyone's cheering for Dakota.
All right, go Dakota. Let's check in now with our American leader, Connor Mance. How's he looking? What are his times looking like, Ed? I know Coach Ed is right here.
Yeah, Connor Mance is doing great. He's on 2:04:43 pace, which would be under the American record by a minute. He's been running with Alex Masai for a time, and Alex has a great race that's going on because I think Alex's PR coming into this was 2:08 from Rotterdam, so the two of them have been great. And I love the fact that Connor's actually been running behind him because usually he's the guy leading the chase pack. So this is good, and that just means that they are working very well together. I think they're in 5th and 6th place maybe right now, but the rhythm is good. I think he's controlled. They're past 24 miles, so they got 2 miles to go. Let's see if he gets his water bottle. Got it. Okay, he's going to take a few swigs here and then push to the last little bit. Now, Masai got away from him a little bit, but so now he's going to focus and gear back down.
Look at that cameraman. I know, he's trying hard to get that shot. Let's check in with our American women's leader, Natasha Rogers.
Yeah, Natasha looks good. She told me she is coming in with a new PB, and she's very excited about her training. She was going to stick to 2:22 pace, and she's right there. But she said the biggest challenger for her is not necessarily the people around her, but her own stomach. She's been dealing with some stomach issues, and she said if I can keep that under control, she thinks she's going to have a really good day, and she looks like it. She's very calm. She had a move this year. She's back home in Denver training, and she's, very excited about this. She calls it old woman wisdom, I believe, is what she calls running the marathon. She was going to try to really stay patient and be calm, and she's definitely doing a good job with that today.
No doubt about that. Glad to see her doing well. Her last race, or her best race, 2:23, 51 in Nagoya. This year, though.
Yeah, just this year. And she's had some really good races, but it's been the stomach that's been getting in her way for, really kind of sealing the deal. So, she still has a little time here, but she looks good so far. She's right on pace to run 2:22.18, which is exactly what she wanted. She wanted a 2:22, maybe a little quicker if she felt good the second half.
All right, that's going to be a new PB for her, so way to go. All right, now we want to check back in with the women. Javi Feza, all by herself. I don't see Alamu anywhere back there anymore.
Definitely putting some distance on Alamu back there. And Javi Feza just has been so even the entire way. She's still on 2:15 pace. That's what she started at, and she's right here doing that. A little bit of grimace on her face, checking her watch, but all alone here. I mean, this is where it gets a little bit like you sort of wish you could catch some of the guys that are starting to fall off the pace a little bit, but she's using the crowd, and she's definitely excited about it.
All right, now let's get back to the lead man. Jacob Kiplimo is getting close to the finish line. He is about to turn onto Mount Roosevelt.
He's in his last mile here, and that's exciting because I know he is wanting to get to that finish line. His last mile that he ran was 5:05, which is his slowest mile of the marathon, but he still has a 1:30 lead over Amos Kipruto, so he is going to win this thing, but it's starting to get very painful. And that's what happens when you make a big move. He made a huge move to break open that chase pack. back about 15, 16 miles, and he's been able to maintain that. But you can see from his cadence, his stride is not as long, his arm carriage is not as vigorous, but he is going to get to that finish line, and it's just one step at a time. It's nice to see that these guys who are world record holders in the half marathon are still mortal, and you still have to budget things.
Well, we know that Conner Mantz is on his way.
He moved up to 4th place. Looks like Conner Mantz is in 4th place through mile 25, so that's good too. But Kiplimo now making that right turn, and now he's going to make a left turn onto Columbus. And when he does, he snuck a little peek behind him, and you do that sometimes when you're feeling kind of bad. But I hope that he can just cherish, that he can relish, that he can enjoy a win here in Chicago. It's certainly a well-earned. There were 10 men in here who were sub-205 runners, so to take on that group was amazing. In only his second marathon, he has come. We just hit the 26-mile mark, so he's got 0.2 to go. He's going to make a left turn onto Columbus, and then he's going to enjoy those last 100 or so yards.
His personal best right now, 2:03:37. Looks like he is going to best that.
Yes, he should. 300 meters to go. He has to keep his rhythm going. Not feeling great, but he's done all of the work earlier on, and now he's going to make this final turn and just enjoy the final 200 meters. He's earned it.
Second marathon. So impressive.
His first marathon was second place at London earlier this year. He is a 2-time world cross-country champion, an Olympic bronze medalist at 10,000 meters, world record holder in the half marathon, and now he is coming and going to claim his biggest prize thus far in the marathon. First place in the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. Great job, Jacob Kiplimo.
Unofficial 2:02:21. Very impressive. Bests his former record by almost more than a minute.
More than a minute, and great job. And you can tell, he's struggling right now. He had to push himself there. I think he was a little out of glycogen at the end, and sometimes you just want to lay down. He may have a hard time getting back up, but well deserved and a great time, great PR on his part.
As he should be tired. He was the 7th fastest man today in history and the 2nd fastest ever run here in Chicago. Awesome job, and he blew it wide open at 25K to 30K, and really had a phenomenal race. But now let's see what's going on behind him.
Well, we have Amos Kipruto was about a whole minute 30 behind, right? So he should be coming up his way. Here he is rounding from Mount Roosevelt onto Columbus Drive. Amos Kipruto. Amos Kipruto had a personal best of 2:03:13. I don't see our clock up.
He's going to be a little off that today.
So be a little, now it's 2:03:24, so he's behind his personal best, but no shame in this game. He's coming in second place here for the Bank of America Chicago Marathon version 2025.
Here we go, second place overall.
Great job.
Oh, what a run.
We are going to see finish in Conner Mantz.
We got a man right here who is finishing well, and it looks like he's in 4th place.
Okay, we're still looking at the second place runner right now, but I think we're going to switch to our American. We are switching to Conner Mantz. Oh, there's our
camera. Can't keep up with him.
There's our camera.
Okay, he's making that final turn on
He's
Columbus.
making that turn.
He has worked hard for this. He's at 2:04:06 right now. Ooh. He's going to dig down. He wants to be in the 2:04 range, and he's got some person in front of him in Alex Masai. Don't know that he's going to catch Alex, but he is going to finish strong. He has worked hard. He's had a phenomenal last couple of years, and the fact that American record, Khalid Kanuchi's record of 2:05:36, has stood for 23 years. It was a world record at the time when he said it, and now Conner Mantz is going to be well under that American record, looking so good. Alex Masai in 3rd place, and Conner Mantz with a new American record.
All right, Conner Mantz.
2:04:42 unofficially. Welcome to the club of sub 205. Welcome to a new American record.
Congratulations.
I'm a happy coach right now. I'm a happy coach right now.
Congratulations.
Well, it's a good day. Well deserved.
Wow.
Well deserved.
Did you see how he hammered up? We had maybe some inside camera work going on, but you could see him hammer up that hill.
Yeah.
And just
he was
turn.
moving well. Of the first four that finished, he actually was closing very, very well. So happy about that. There's next goal, sub 204, I'm sure. But we're going to enjoy this one for. Can we enjoy it?
23 years. Khalid Khannouchi, way to go, way to set the bar high.
Great people coming in behind him, but what a great day for him. Happy for his wife, and just the whole crew that's worked so hard together.
So gracious.
He's going to stick around. He's going to shake hands. 2:04:43, I believe, is official. So that time, a new American record by 50-something seconds. Happy for him. Fourth place overall. Again, he'll be a little distraught with that because he always wants to be top. So he's never happy with it because he wanted to be top three.
Yeah.
You know what? He finished fourth. It was a great time. He battled well. Masai had a really good race. I tell you what, Masai PR'd by about 4 minutes. So what a great day. Yeah, the two worked together and fantastic running on his. Not only is it an American record, it's a North American record as well.
Oh, exciting.
So,
That
very
is
cool.
fantastic. Yeah, Masai was a 2:08 guy, and he came in at 2:04. Way to go. How are you feeling, Ed? You're the coach. How are you feeling?
I think an amount of relief, really.
There's Khalid right there.
I mean, certainly
there's
Khalid Khannouchi. Oh,
he just broke his record.
Yeah.
Khalid Khannouchi.
And again, remember when Khalid said this, it was in the era where the nutrition wasn't as great, the shoes weren't as great, and Connor would be the first one to say that. Khalid was a great champion. He was, when he said it in 2002 in London, it was a world record on top of being an American record, and it has stood for 23 years. And I think Connor Mance is a worthy recipient of that record, and very happy for him and
there
for all
goes
the work
Rory
that he's done.
Linkletter coming in. I don't know if he was able to make the Canadian record. I don't think so.
But think of all of the American records that Connor has set this year. I mean, it was one after one after one. And I asked his wife, Kylie, I said, are you guys worn out before the race? She was like, I cannot wait for this race to be done. She's training for a marathon as well, but they've done everything they possibly could, by eating and sleeping and all of the things. You've kept him healthy. You did it, Ed.
You know what? Half the battle in the marathon is, maybe over half the battle is getting to the starting line healthy.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he got here healthy, finished healthy, and he had a good close, I think that's a very good sign. Hey, Rory Linkletter, Connor's old teammate, finished with a time of 2:06:49.
Wow.
So that's a PR for him as well.
Just short of the North American and the Canadian.
Yeah, he's off the Canadian record. That was his goal. But hey, what a really good time for him. Rory was in 9th place.
All right, now we're back to the lead women. We'll still keep an eye there on Connor Mance because what an amazing achievement for him.
Photo opportunity. His wife Kylie's there in the background.
Excited for him. I know she's excited. She's running her own marathon in 3 weeks, but she's been a huge supporter. It's a family situation.
It is. All those
herself.
positive enablers, and that goes for the 55,000 people that are out there as well. Other people, family members who have made sacrifices, so you have that opportunity to experience the marathon, and it's such a bucket list item. But it goes even double for those pros because their spouses many times or significant others are sacrificing for them, making sure they're getting fed properly, getting the naps they need, getting the work in and everything. So hats off to the 55,000 plus positive enablers of these great runners.
Absolutely. And we have right now in the lead Highway Fesa with the women still ahead. Highway Fesa has been very impressive in this race.
She really has. All alone, basically, the last half of this race, and she's just been clipping her miles off. She ran really well last year in 2024. She lowered the course record with her win at Frankfurt. And then she went to Tokyo in March, and she lowered her personal record, running 2:17 flat. She's still on 2:15 flat pace. So
she have a new best.
She's having a good day. We talk about this course being the course of records. Well, it's also, personal records as well. So she's having a really good day. She's looked so smooth. And, she comes from Ethiopia, and she talks a lot about being proud of being from there. I spoke to her at the press conference and just really, really zoned in on winning her first World Marathon Majors. Her last mile there, 5:12, so a little bit slower, but she's really kind of locked in right around 5:04 to 5:10 pace the entire time.
All right, so she could be getting her new personal best. I know we have have not seen the last of this young woman, that's for sure.
We know that Natasha Rogers is still leading the American field there, with Dakota Popena slipping a little bit back, about 30 seconds back from this woman. This is Natasha Rogers.
Natasha Rogers, lead American right now. How do you think she's looking, Carrie?
I think she looks okay. She looks a little tight to me, but as you do in the end of the marathon. But the thing is Natasha has taken her career into her own hands. She has made moves to figure out what was the best situation for her, and now she's back home. She's got a new coach. She also has a very big say of what she's doing in her own training. And she says, she's kind of a different gal. She loves to read books, and she wants to be a writer one day, and she's really in her own head. Mm-hmm. But I think right now she's having a really good day, and she looks good, but I think that she definitely is suffering here a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see that her knee drive isn't quite as high, and she's so good on the track too. This woman I think she's run her 5th Olympic trials from the track and on the roads for the marathon, and she hasn't made that team yet, but she's made a lot of world championship teams on the track, in cross country. She's such a solid athlete, but this is really where her future is. She believes the marathon is where it's at for her. Mm-hmm. She's hungry and she's driven, and she trains all alone, so she has a guy that gets on a bike with her here and there, but she's been very focused and really excited about her day today.
Could she get under 220 here at her pace?
No, she's not on 220.
Not on 220 pace?
She's closer to 223 pace right now, so she's slipping a little bit.
Okay.
But still ahead of her personal record.
All right. 3rd place American Ryan Ford right now at 209.37. So how did he do before? It's good to see. I mean, I do believe, you guys, that we're seeing more from the American runners. What's the difference now? Why are we starting to see a little bit more?
Well, I think we're seeing, better runners turn to the marathon at a younger age. So I think the commitment of them going in is a little bit higher. We're also seeing generations of very strong runners on the track. And as they transition, the argument could be made that we still have better marathoners out there that are just winning medals globally on the track. And so as we see some of those people transition up to the marathon, then I think it's only going to get better.
I think the American men and women are just kind of ready to go and win some races. They've been there. Connor's been fourth in a lot of races. He's running faster than any American has ever run now. And I think now it's kind of nice to have that record checked off, because now he can actually just go and try to compete for the win.
All right, let's check in now with Keira D'Amato. She is riding right in front of Feyza. It looks like she wiped a tear from her face there for a second. Keira, was I seeing things? She looks emotional.
Yeah, it could have been a tear, it could have been sweat. She is. She's about to win the Chicago Marathon. This is a huge win for her career. She's really digging into the passion bucket right now. And I'm sure she's asking herself, why am I doing this? Not in a dark way, in a really positive way. She's doing it for her country and for women and to push the bar forward. She's doing it for her family and her friends and her teammates. So I'm sure all that emotion is surfacing right now.
She's about to make that turn onto Mount Roosevelt. She is going to be our next champion. Aleno's a minute 22 behind her. She's all by herself and has been all by herself for quite some time. So she's had to find that personal motivation to push herself through, and clearly she has done that as she climbs Mount Roosevelt here.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what Keira said. She's running for her country, for her family. She definitely knows what this means to her to be leading this entire race. She's been letting that build. We talk about not thinking and not letting your brain turn on too much in these races, but the closer you get to the finish, the bigger the story becomes, the bigger the win becomes. And coming into this race, she too, it's funny how we can't wear a lot of things as females when we're racing, or males when we're racing, but she painted her nails the color of her uniform. She's proud of who she's running for, and she wanted to remember when she looked down that she was matching her uniform, and that she was excited to represent who she represents. So here she makes that final turn, and she has been all alone in these final stages of this race. She is a 2:17 flat. We're going to see another record here, a personal record.
A big one.
Yep.
A big one. She's going to be under 2:15.
Yeah, this is only her 5th marathon. and she is going to win a World Marathon Major here today in Chicago. Her lowest place ever in the marathon is 6th place, so she is a true talent. Made her way from the track to the marathon in 2023, and here we go, everybody. We're bringing her in. This is going to be our 2025 Bank of America Chicago Marathon winner. It is Hawi Fesa of Ethiopia. Look at that. And what a huge PR. She cracked it.
She cracked it wide open. She was at 2:17 straight, and she is under 2:15.
Yep,
what an
did it.
accomplishment. This woman is one of 6 kids. Two of her siblings live with her. They're also running. They want to get to her level. She believes they will, but she absolutely positively is doing this for her family. She is the supporter of her family, as many folks are that are running these races, many of these professional runners. Congratulations to Hawi Fesa. What a great champion.
Well, she kept her calm that entire way, knowing that she was being hunted by someone that's been 3rd here. So definitely, definitely very,
She
very
seemed to pick
smart
up
race.
the pace. Her last mile was her fastest
She
of
knew
the
it.
race. Who does that?
Yeah, 5:04.
Who does that?
Is that last mile?
That is amazing.
She is a young woman that is just making her way into this 26.2 mile journey, 26 years old.
Fantastic.
Hawi Fesa.
Take your moment there, Hawi Fesa. You are the champion of the 47th running of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. Way to go. Oh, what a thrilling day it's been. We've had some personal bests set. We've got some amazing athleticism, some surprises. Here's Natasha Rogers. She's the American lead runner.
Yep. She is still on her pace. She said she really needed to lock in and not do anything crazy. You know, we knew that there were American athletes and athletes that she's run with, and they were going at 2:20, and she said, nope, I'm going to stick to my pace. So she is on 2:23.11 pace right now. Can she hold it together to walk away with a new PR as well?
It'll be a new one for her. Her PR right now is 2:23.51. They all want it. I mean, you want that too. That can be a goal, but to be the first American, that's no small feat in and of itself.
Well, listening to her in some of her interviews coming into this race, I mean, she is very much excited about the future. And she, this is a business, so she's got to prove herself because she's in her final year of her contract. And so she said this is a big race for her to come in and to show herself. She's been doing some wonderful things, but every time you miss an Olympic team or you don't quite get that result you need, you start to worry about, will I still get paid? And she is showing that she is very much in the prime of her career. She is doing great things, and today leading the American contingent, doing awesome right now.
1
Natasha
mile to go.
Rogers.
Now she's 34 years old.
Yep.
And Hawi Fesa is much younger. Almost, I think she's
26.
What's the age factor here when it comes to marathon
Well, it's
running?
a little-
I know you can be a little bit older.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different for Natasha Rogers. She really stayed on the track, and until she was older. And so, that's maybe where the age difference is. But one of the things that Natasha Rogers told me is that this was a beautiful opportunity for her. And I love that. That's just how she is. She's poetic, She's just philosophical.
She's a writer.
And she's a writer. And she said, this is a beautiful opportunity. I'm going to remind myself that time and time again when times get tough out there.
Yeah.
And, she looks a little bit better than the last time we came to her. She looks like she's got a little bit more pep in her step. She knows the finish line is soon. We know that Dakota Popayne is 35 seconds back, our second American.
All right.
So maybe not quite the day that Dakota wanted, but this is the thing about Dakota Popayne is she goes for it, and that's how she made the Olympic team. She stuck her nose in it. She kept her race plan, and it worked. And this time, it maybe didn't work for her to run 2:20, but she's still right in the hunt for being top American. And she's having a great day.
She is. She is having a great day. Natasha's having a great day. Americans are having a great day. Let's check in with Connor Mantz, our new American record holder. He right now is with Alex Maragos at the finish line. Got a big smile on his face. I know he's feeling great there today, Alex.
He has earned that smile today, Marion. Connor, congratulations on beating that American record today. How did it feel to cross knowing that you had it?
Oh, that was a great feeling. Those last few miles were really tough, and even with 10 miles to go, I started doing the math. I was like, what pace do I need to run to make sure I'm under the American record? Fortunately, I got to work with Alex Messiah for those last 10 miles, and we worked together. And unfortunately, I couldn't beat him, but I'm very happy for him. He got 3rd place, and that was his first podium finish and a big PR for him as well. So was a great feeling to get the American record, but also to do it with somebody I've known for a long time and competed against.
You admitted that putting it out there back in June that you were going for the record put on some pressure. It took courage, it took guts to do that and put it out there publicly. What did that show you in the last few months that you could prove to yourself and to everybody watching that you were worthy of that pressure?
I think just my run at Boston, I think being able to run 2:05.08 on a tough course there gave me quite a bit of confidence to throw that out there. I knew even if I didn't throw it out there, everyone was going to know I was going for it. So I was happy to get it today.
You've run here before in Chicago, of course. You told me on Friday that running is a million little decisions along the course. Do you think you made almost all of them right, or all of them right according to the race you wanted to run?
I made a lot of them right. Yeah, I think there was a few things I made mistakes in early. I think our first mile was about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, just going off, where the mile marker was and what my watch had. So, yeah, I think if the mile marker was right, that first mile felt very quick, and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't warm up well enough, but then I saw 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and I was like, well, I guess I warmed up well enough. It was just faster than we had anticipated.
There is a whole team that is so happy that you accomplished this record, starting with your family, your close friends, and of course, Coach Ed Highstone, who was watching and cheering along the way. Even if he was cheering silently, we've got you hooked up so you can talk to Ed directly. Ed, is there anything you want to say to Connor, or Connor, anything you want to say to Ed today after accomplishing this?
Oh, I'll go first.
Go.
Yeah, Coach, just thank you for all you've done. When I first was trying to figure out where to go to college, I wanted to go to the place that was going to make me the best marathon runner long term, and I think Coach Highstone's really helped me to accomplish that. He's been coaching me for the last 8 years now, and that's a long time, and I'm not the easiest guy to coach. So I'm grateful for his patience and his support and his example of how to be a balanced person.
Oh, that's good. That's high praise coming from you, young man. Great job today. You looked really good. You looked really strong finishing that last 800 meters anyway.
Thanks, Coach.
I guess the next question is, how far can we take it now from here?
Hopefully, hopefully we'll just keep doing all the little things, and we'll chip away at that record 1 second at a time.
Yeah, you know what? Let's celebrate this one a little bit.
Yeah.
You definitely earned it. Glad to see you with Khalid Khannouchi, who had been such a great emissary of
Speaking
our sport. Oh, and there he is.
Khalid's here, right on time. Khalid, what did it mean to embrace Connor after this and see this wonderful moment?
Well, it's good to be part of history. What took you so long? It's been a great effort by Connor today. I hope it can be an inspiration for him and other U.S. athletes to come, improve, train hard, and come and win here in Chicago Marathon. I think it will be a blessing.
It was a blessing to watch you do it, to watch you embrace in that moment there at the finish line. What do you think is next for Connor?
I think a bright future. I think he's gonna. I think our U.S. marathoner in good hands. So he has a good coaching advisors around him and team. So I wish him the best.
Alex Maragos, we want to break away for a second because we have Natasha Rogers, the U.S. women's leader, making her way to the finish line. Congrats again to Connor. I love Khalid saying, "What took you so long?"
I know, I did too.
And I love seeing this. Natasha Rogers is about to cross the finish line. She'll have a new personal best.
It looks like she's going to get it.
I think she's going to get it. Her best before this was 2:23.51. And it looks like she made it. Natasha Rogers, the top U.S. finisher. Way to go. Oh, that gentleman, I hope he's okay, that just fell.
Yeah, Natasha Rogers, though, just kept her cool the entire way. I mean, she went out, like I said, with her pacer and stuck to her race. Looked like she's hurting there, isn't she? But she's excited, and she should be thrilled. I mean, look at that time. Low 2:23s. Look at the smile. I mean,
nicely done.
Yep. 6th place overall.
That's a pretty impressive start. I think she may get another contract after
I hope so. I mean, she's taking, like I said, her career in her own hands. She's making moves. She's changing coaches. She's doing things. She's working with the great Steve Magnus. And, I'm proud of this woman. When you get to be a little bit older, and she's 34, sometimes you get nervous to make changes. And she said, no, I need this for me. And she's got to be thrilled about it.
Such an inspiration. Every single one of these athletes is a huge inspiration. And I know the American runners are getting closer and closer to getting to the top. And we love watching it right here at the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. All right, go Natasha. Take those roses, girl. We'll be right back after this.